In 1973, the British rock band Pink Floyd released Dark Side of the Moon, which is considered to be one of the greatest albums of all time. In 2021, founding member Roger Waters decides to revisit this masterpiece and attempt to fix it. So this is me sitting down, listening to Roger Waters' Dark Side of the Moon Redux. All right, Roger Waters, Dark Side of the Moon Redux. I got my shirt on. I've listened to the single he released. I listened to Money, and oh my god. We're in for one hell of an album, man. We're going to start with Speak to Me and Breathe. I have the lyrics pulled up and everything. Alright. This isn't too bad so far. I do prefer the vibe of the original a little more, but this is not too bad.
The memories of a man in his old age are the deeds of a man in his prime.
Whose documentary is this, man? Sounds like National Geographic.
You shuffle in the gloom of the sick room, and death is a long, cold rest.
So nihilist.
You, because I know, you may find it hard to get off.
I did not like that very much. Now we're in Breathe. Alright. Acoustic guitar, that's not a bad touch. Keyboard. The heartbeat's still going, that's nice at least. I do like the bluesy sound of the keyboard, that's very nice. It's kind of Doors-esque.
You are the angel of death, and I am the dead man's son. Everyone's still in the run.
That's not great.
Breathe, breathe in the air.
At least he's singing.
Don't be afraid to kill.
The backup vocals are not bad, I'll give him that.
For the long you live and high you fly, smiles you get and tears you cry, and all you touch and all you see is all your life will ever be. Run, rabbit, run,
That's not a bad note, bad note.
and high you fly,
Backup vocals are back.
only if you ride the tide and balance on the biggest wave in your race towards an own grave.
Alright, and that's where I'm gonna cut it for Breathe. Oh my god. Let's compare this to the original Dark Side of the Moon's first two tracks. Now, everyone knows Dark Side of the Moon is a masterpiece, that goes without saying, and this feels like when you're walking through a funhouse mirror and you see a goofy version of yourself. That's what Roger Waters' Redux of Dark Side sounds like. Alright. That's all I have to say about that one. Alright, the next song we're listening to is On the Run, so let's start that now.
Patmosium, whatever that means.
I'm really curious to
But
see what he
that's
does with this.
Evidently another story. This case,
Oh, the
an
piano.
apparently all-powerful, hooded and cloaked figure. We
Okay.
fled. Yes, we. I was not.
Roger, I get it. Can you shut up now,
There's no
please?
great. You can't remember where you parked the car. The birds come over, but the gun waits.
I want to hear the instrumental, please.
Somehow you do. You push on the foot brake as hard as you can, but the car keeps rolling. Too strong to defeat in hand to hand. We tried everything.
This is
up
stupid.
into a sort of
This is dumb.
Pilot Wings video game over a circus site.
Not us getting a
He loved
Pilot
his
Wings
equal
reference.
mad. We stood, exhausted but triumphant,
I thought it was over.
smiling at one another. Out of sight, to my right, just beyond the periphery.
You know how the original's an amazing instrumental track?
Raging bonfire in a high wind. Someone spoke.
This
A voice, like atoms.
This is slam poetry.
It was over.
Alright. Okay, so I gotta review these. I kind of forgot. So, the first two tracks I'm gonna give a 4 out of 10. Breathe and the other one. But, this song, On the Run, 1 out of 10. Horrible. That was god awful. Anyways, next song's Time. This one he also released as a single.
The voice had been there all along.
Oh, here we go again. Where's all the alarms going off? I kind of wanted to hear that. It's a part of the song.
Hidden.
This instrumental isn't really that bad. Like, it has the root notes of Time in there, but it's so dreadfully slow. Because I didn't listen to this one when he released as a single. I wanted to wait until the full album was released.
Away the moments that make up a dull day.
Okay, at least he's singing them now, instead of poetry
You're
reading.
further and waiting.
I don't know if I'm just burnt out from On the Run, but this one's not too bad. Like, it's certainly not as good as the original. It's a masterpiece, the original Time, but this right here is not too bad, you know? Like, this is actually, I kind of like this. As controversial as that statement probably is. The cello's nice. Nice touch. I'm a little upset that they didn't get a David Gilmour to sing again, because I think his voice really helped the original tracks stand out. Alright, now we're into the reprise of Breathe. I was very curious about how he was gonna pull this off. Okay, and that was the end of Time. I really liked that compared to everything else on this album so far. I think I'm going to give that a solid 6 out of 10. That is something I'd probably listen to on my own time. Now, it's not as good as the original, but compared to everything else on the album so far, it's like a masterpiece. Alright, next song. The Great Gig in the Sky. Okay, so I'm super worried about how he's going to do this based on the rest of this album. Either he's going to try and sing it himself, or he's going to read more slam poetry. Probably the latter.
Mr. Waters, Don asked me to let you know that he is in hospital now and has been diagnosed with a cancer in his sinus. He also asked me to tell everyone that he is not answering any letters. Best to you, Don's assistant, Kendall. There is only one road.
I don't know how I feel about this one. Oh, okay, at least Roger's not singing the O's. This version of this song is confusing me. The letter reading is quite strange, but this time it doesn't hinder the songs. Like, all the other times Roger was reading, it was very much hindering the potential. But something feels oddly natural about it with this song.
Well, R.I.P. Donald Hall.
I enjoyed that.
And now I've arrived at the bit I was looking for. crossroads.
That song, I feel, this version of it should be touched with a bit of delicacy, being that it is very obviously for someone. I feel it deserves a... I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. I thought it was okay, especially for the vibe of the song, but I do feel that it needed more Great Gig in the Sky, I guess, to be more like the original in that regard. Now it's time for the track that everyone heard, Roger Waters' Money. Oh, Lord.
Money. Get away. Grab that cash.
How does someone make something this bad?
Make a stash.
I remember I was actually watching Anthony Fantano review this song back when it came out, and he didn't even finish the song, it was that bad. And he listens to all sorts of bad music.
Get back.
Get back to where you once belonged.
Right, Jackie. Money.
That cello is annoying as hell in this song. It was better in time. Alright. Now this is the part that was heard throughout the world.
Welcome to hell.
This is the first time we ever heard Roger's monologue.
Underworld.
The underworld!
And now for tonight's main event.
I'm so bored.
To shake before the bout.
This is so ridiculously stupid.
Champion blinks, his sticky tongue swallowing greed.
I don't like that imagery.
Cobra speeds.
It's so obvious to tell which one was written back when this album was released and which was written for this version of the album.
But if you
There's a definite difference in quality.
surprise, none.
Okay. That was Money. 1 out of 10. Horrible. Horrendous. And time for Us and Them. I'm very worried about this because Us and Them is like one of my top 3 Pink Floyd songs. So let's find out what happens. I feel like he's gonna do exactly what I don't want him to do and make it a slow, goofy song. I said it earlier that the keys are kind of the Doorsy, but like that feels like such an insult. But I can kind of tell that the sound is similar, at least.
Me.
Now this song isn't all too different from the original.
Forward you cry,
It just feels like the soul is gone, you know?
and the front
It's a puppeted corpse. That's what this album feels like.
black.
And I think this song really shows that kind of perspective on it. This is starting to show why I think Roger really needed David Gilmour, Richard Wright, you know, needed the band, so he didn't put in every bad impulse. The auto-tuning on the backup vocal is strange. It fits the vibe, but it's weird. Oh, more acoustic guitar, that's nice. You know, I don't really have much to say on this song. I'm just kind of listening to it. I think the drumming's very nice. So are the keys and the guitar. This isn't a very similar boat to Time, where they're both incredibly similar to their source materials. Which is how it's personally how I think Redux should be done. As much as I hate to say, look at Taylor Swift with Taylor's versions. Those are Redux. That's not a word. But those are remakes. I think that's a good way how it should be done. But as much as that hates me to say. Alright, that is the end of Us and Them. I'm very worried because we have our next song is another instrumental piece from the original album, Any Color You Like. And based on how well On the Run was for me, I have a very cautious feeling going into this. At least it's still an instrumental for now. Hopefully it stays an instrumental.
Hard to understand.
Non-instrumental.
Molecules.
Molecules.
In an electron microscope.
An electron microscope. Okay.
Any color you like.
He said the title!
Yeah. Rainbow.
Okay. Any color you like. Now, it's not that bad. I know it is not great, but it's not totally god-awful. I'm gonna give that 4 out of 10. Also, I forgot to rate Us and Them. 6 out of 10 on Us and Them. Alright, we are about to do Brain Damage, so, yeah.
Why don't we re-record?
Okay, that was funny.
And if the dam breaks open, many years too soon.
Not feeling that.
And if
I do like that crescendo building up in the background, though. That's nice.
the lunatic is in my head. The lunatic is in my head. You raise the blade. You make the change.
This is actually kind of putting me to sleep.
You rearrange me till I'm asleep.
Very lack of energy.
You
I'm gonna let it roll into
I
Eclipse.
see you on the dark side of the moon.
All in all, I think that was pretty okay. I'll give that a 6. And being how great the transition between Brain Damage and Eclipse are on the original album, I'm gonna let them play out together. Alright, we're into Eclipse now. I'm really happy this album is ending. I'm not enjoying it very much.
All of your touch, all that you see, all of your taste, everything under the sun isn't you, but the sun is eclipsed by the
That's the end of the original album, but we still got 30 seconds left. So oh, I forgot about the loop. And that is Roger Waters' Dark Side of the Moon. Ugh. Oh boy. Let's review. Okay, I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan. I've got vinyls, I've got posters. Heck, I even have one up there above my desk. What was Roger thinking, man? This is probably one of the most borderline mediocre things I've ever heard. I would call it horrendous. This is a bad album. It's just a straight up bad album. The original Dark Side of the Moon is considered is my third perfect album of all time. It goes Dark Side of the Moon, Pet Sounds, Sgt. Pepper's. Those are my favorite albums. But I do think that taking that album and moving it to a modern day is a good idea. But you don't need to redo it all. We have it. It's perfect. Just release it on more platforms. But it's already available on all platforms. So, emphasis. I don't see the point of this album. Did Roger just need some extra cash fast? Because that's really what it feels like. I give this album a 4 out of 10. It's pretty mediocre, which is sad for something with the name Dark Side of the Moon. You expected more. Let me know if you guys want me to react to any more albums, and what should they be? Because I really like listening to music, so might as well listen to music. Alright, well, toodaloo.